What's up, everybody? My name is Goose, and we are back for another episode of Five Another Friday, this time featuring a game called Mimic Logic. Just gotta find the mimics. Should I like to use mouse controller keyboard? I don't know what's gonna be easiest. We're gonna try the controller, because I feel like that's gonna work best for me. Controller, por favor. Get out of here. Select Talk B, cancel Y menu. Options. Okay, same options as before. Variety Nairo, set into the dungeon and find some hidden treasure. Okay, just jumping straight in with your fighting skills and my ability to talk to treasure boxes. Alright, weird flex, but okay. This should be no problem at all. Huh? You don't know the rules of the game? As long as you can complete the tutorial dungeon, I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, I'm Nairo and this is Nesha. Nessa? Ready, Nairo, let's head to the dungeon and find some hidden treasure. Your fighting skills, yep. Okay. Is this the... okay. Achievements? Clearing dungeons with certain conditions, you can sustain special treasures. Check the question mark conditions for each one. 7,000 more points to standard dungeon. Scores from the 50 floor dungeon do not count. Okay. 7,000 or more from expert dungeon. 7,000 more in a random dungeon. 7,000 more in a robber's dungeon. Number dungeon. Doubt dungeon. Confused dungeon. 50 floors in a confused dungeon. 50 floors in a number dungeon. Okay, it's 7,000 points and 50 floors in each of the types of dungeons. Good to know. Tutorial. Difficulty 1 star. This dungeon has 10 floors. Yes, please. Okay. Attack 3, defense 2, high HP, 100 got 100, 0 gold, durability 100, 100. Right bumper, listen to the boxes. Within these 4 treasure boxes, there's only one mimic that lies. Try to find that mimic. Pressing the right bumper button will show you what all the treasure boxes have to say. This should make it easier to make your guess. If you find a lying mimic, try opening all the other treasure boxes. One mimic within these 4 packs, mimic guaranteed to lie, all the boxes tell the truth. Can I turn around and talk to the girl, please? No, I cannot, apparently. Alright, the box on the right isn't a mimic. The box below me isn't a mimic. The box on the left is a mimic. The box on the right is a mimic. One of those 2 bottom ones is a mimic, and one of them is... that one's okay, and that one's okay. Box below me isn't a mimic. He says that one is a mimic. He says that one's a mimic. So, either one of these 2 is the mimic. He says that one's a mimic, he says that one's a mimic, isn't a mimic. So this one has to be safe, because if this one is bad, then this one would be telling the truth, but this one would be lying, and this one would be lying, and we know there's only one liar. So this one has to be safe, and this one has to be death. Nailed it. And we got some stuff, and level up. Puzzles are generated automatically, so you won't know the position of the mimic every time. Right, so it's random generation. Great. Maybe be times when you'll have to decide, keep moving ahead without opening even a single treasure box. One mimic. Mimic is guaranteed to lie, all the boxes tell the truth. The rightmost column contains a mimic. The bottom row contains no mimics. Mimic among the black boxes. There's a mimic among the black boxes. So this one is the mimic and all the other ones are telling the truth. Because these two both agree that there's a mimic among the black boxes. So either they're both right or they're both wrong. And since we know there's only one lying mimic, they both have to be correct, which means 50-50 one of these two is a mimic. And since we know the two both on the bottom are correct, the bottom row contains no mimics is also correct. So that means this one has to be incorrect. Also known as the lying mimic. Perfect. Got some new stuff, and now we leave. Who the hell are you? Hee, would you like a massage? Of course. He has 40 HP and got 14 gold, increases max HP by 5. 14 gold. Let's do the max HP. Okay, we can't just keep going because we have more money. Can I squish the stuff? No. Okay, well. That was worth a try. More time passes, the hungry become the gut country 0. The game's over, try bench. Okay. Work quickly. One mimic. Yep, okay. Same as before. Bottom row contains a mimic. Box on the left isn't a mimic. Mimic among blue boxes. Top row contains a mimic. Okay, so either the bottom. So either the top left or the bottom right is the mimic, since they are contradictory statements. So if the top row contains a mimic, then this would have to be the mimic, and that would make him a liar as well. So that's not possible. So if the bottom row contains a mimic, that's correct, and that's correct. So this guy is the mimic. Cool. Easy peasy. This combat floor has a perfect chance to use the items and equipment you gain from your treasure boxes. Right trigger button will eat all of your candy, and the right bumper button will equip your best gear. Here's an attack candy, try eating it to improve your stats. Attack increased by 1. Best gear equipped. Cast your attack magic. Then hid behind me. As casters do. Hide behind the guy with the sword. 6 boxes from here on. While seeing your charge box hint, use directional A buttons. Make guesses easily. Yeah, I've already been doing that. One mimic. Mimic is guaranteed to lie. All the boxes tell the truth. No mimic among the red boxes. There is a mimic among the blue boxes. Those are not contradictory, so it's possible. There's a mimic among the blue boxes. Okay. So there's a mimic among the blue boxes. So this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct. This is correct, this is incorrect. Cool. Who are you? Gear equipped. Sell all unequipped gear. Do you have any food? Does. Okay, how do I... Menu, that's right. Okay. Let's buy all the food, apparently. One mimic? Okay. Box on the right is a mimic, box on the left is a mimic. So one of these two is the mimic. Box on the left is a mimic. Mimic black boxes, I figured that out right. Not a mimic. Not a mimic. So... Yeah. You're a mimic. You're a mimic. Yep, okay. Yeah, the top center one is a mimic. Easy peasy. Item gear menus use number of places to change gear. There's a wind scroll, give it a try. Why button to bring up the menu? Ow. Rude. Fucking eat all candy. Got a magic button and some triumphant music. You got an adventurer's box. Alright, not bad. New high score. Neat. 10 adventure points. Oh boy, howdy. This is gonna be a whole thing, isn't it? Boy, am I glad this game does not have achievements. Current record, standard, expert, random. Haven't done any of them yet. Cool. Sure, standard strategy 1. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's begin the lecture, huh? Box number 5 in the bottom center is guaranteed to be safe to be opened. It's a red box, so if it was a mimic, it wouldn't be able to say there's a mimic among the red boxes. Huh, okay, makes sense. The live penalty feature we can find out. Same logic. Number 3 in the top rightmost column contains a mimic. It's also safe to open. It can't tell on itself. Okay, makes sense. Standard strategy 2. Box on the left is mimic. So we'll go over puzzles that have 2 mimics. Box is saying the box on the left is a mimic, right? Means either 1 or 2 must be a mimic. Look at 3, it says box below me is a mimic. Means either 3 or 6 is a mimic. Means 4 and 5 are correct. Safe. 2 mimics, 4 and 5 should be safe to open. Yeah, I mostly figured that part out already. Like, I got the gist of it. It's just logic puzzles. Adventure points to upgrade your character. Slow down the hunger rate, because that's the thing that's burning through me the fastest. Number of mimics is random. Number of mimics is guaranteed to be less than half the total number of treasure boxes. Let's just do a standard and see how well / horribly that goes. 30 floors. Let's fucking do it. Box below me is a mimic. Box above me is a mimic. So one of the 2 on the left is a mimic. Box below me isn't a mimic. Box above me isn't a mimic. We could 50-50-90 it, or we could just... We didn't actually check to make sure there's 1 mimic. Open all circles. We're just gonna leave. We're not gonna bother with the 50-50s. 1 mimic, yep. Mimic among the blue boxes. There's a mimic among the black boxes. One of these 2 is the mimic. There is no mimic among the black boxes, which means that one's safe. That one's safe. That one's dead. The death, the mimic, and the other one's safe too. Shuriken, blue orb, and a bunch of money. Cool. Bug. Easy so far. Best. Sell all unequipped. We got 1 gold for that. Buy the food. Always buy the food. One mimic? Okay. Box below me is a mimic. Top row contains a mimic. So one of these two is lying. Box on the right isn't a mimic, so that means this one is safe. Rightmost column contains no mimics, and that means this one is also safe, which means this one is safe. Which means the top row contains a mimic is true, and the box below me is a mimic is false, and that one's the mimic. Perfect. Easy peasy. Best. Not holding any candy. As for attack magic. Nice, nice, nice. We hit everything. Attack magic. Smarter me would have hit one of these other two with the last attack, and then the attack magic would have killed everything else, but that's okay. I didn't actually see if there's a one mimic. Bottom row contains a mimic. Leftmost column contains no mimics. Bottom row contains a mimic. So these two are in agreement, which means the bottom row is a mimic, which means this one is also safe. Leftmost column contains no mimics, which means this one is safe as well. Rightmost column contains no mimics, which means this one is safe. Rightmost column contains mimics. Those agree. Leftmost column contains a mimic. That one's lying. And also the mimic. Boring rock. Hell yeah, we got a boring rock. Let's go. Big poggers. Let's get equipped. All unequipped. Now by... How are we doing on cut? 77? Okay, we're moving pretty quick through here. Let's get a rice ball. Let's just keep getting rice balls. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, and then we leave. Double check. One mimic. Mimic among the blue boxes. It is itself a blue box. But that doesn't mean that... So if it's lying... So this has to be safe. Right? Maybe. We'll come back to that. Top row contains a mimic. Well, if the top row contained a mimic, you wouldn't be able to tell me the top row contains a mimic. So either you're lying and you're wrong, or you're not lying. No, that one's safe. So the top row contains a mimic, so one of these two is a mimic. Mimic above blue boxes, yep. Rightmost column contains no mimic, got it. Top row contains a mimic, yep, I figured that out too. There is no mimic among the blue boxes, so yeah, you're correct, and you're a mimic. Cool. Got a devil sickle, that's cool. Cool. Cast like big time murder magic on this guy. What the hell is this? What's all this? Who's this guy? 10 gold, no restore 10 durability on weapons. Yeah, sure, why not? That's free durability. My good weapons. When you're in a town, you don't get hungry, so your growth doesn't decrease. Don't get hungry while in menus either. That's good to know. This is a town, apparently. Eat something. 20 HP and 30 gut. It's really all we need, and that'll put us just shy of maximum. Really, we could have ate the other thing and it would have been about the same, but apparently it's... Oh, we can just eat another one. Oh, it costs money. It's processing. How does it work? Is this another shop? No, I want to keep the stone. Alright, moving along. 2 mimics from here on. Okay, that's what I need to know. Box below me isn't a mimic, box on the right isn't a mimic, box above me is a mimic, box on the right is a mimic. So one of these two is lying. Box below me is a mimic, box above me is a mimic. One of these two is lying, which means these two are correct. Box below me isn't a mimic, box on the right isn't a mimic. So you're not a mimic, so you're telling the truth. Box above me is a mimic. You are lying. You're a mimic. Right is a mimic, which means you're not a mimic. Below me is a mimic. Perfect. Easy peasy. Listen to the mimics. There's a mimic among the black boxes. There's no mimic among the black boxes. One of these two is wrong. And since one of these two is wrong, that means this one has to be correct and this one has to be wrong. There is a mimic among the black boxes. You're still telling the truth. A box above me isn't a mimic. You're lying, so you're a mimic, which means you're telling the truth, which is correct, and you're telling the truth, which is also correct. Cool. Easy peasy. Equip best, eat all candy. Max got increased by 5. So cast magic. About time, I just killed 3 Oddish in the same room. Cat candy, increased attack by 1. May as well eat it. No mimic among black boxes, no mimic among blue boxes. Alright, one of these two has to be incorrect, because for those to be both correct, that would only leave the red mimic. Leftmost column has 1 or more mimics. There's a mimic among black boxes. These two agree. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic. The leftmost column contains no mimics. I think it's this one and this one. And then this is true. Bottom row has at least 1 mimic, yep. Mimic among the black boxes, yep. Leftmost column has 1 or more mimic, yep. There is no mimic among the blue boxes, yep. Math's out to me. Beat Nicholas, green mana, deep heal. Hell yeah, let's go. I'm basically the smartest. Best gear, and then we murder a goblin. Lower floor equals more HP heal, rice ball 70 gut. 10 damage to all enemies, 10 damage enemy in front, sleeping chest, totally boring, useless stone. Great attack plus 5. Okay, it's 2 still, isn't it? Yep, 2 among 7. Diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic. Box on the left isn't a mimic. Diagonal up right from me is a mimic, so one of these two is lying. One of these two is incorrect. Diagonal up right from me isn't a mimic. If this is true, then this has to be true as well, and that would make this true, and that would make this a mimic. Diagonal down left from me is a mimic. Isn't a mimic. Box on the right isn't a mimic. So, mimic, or safe, safe, mimic, safe, 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 mimic. Hog. Oh, that dealt 22 damage. We could have just attacked him outright and it would have been fine. Attack candy. May as well eat the candy, we're here already. Still just 2 mimics, right? Yeah, 2 mimics. No mimic among the red boxes. There is a mimic among the black boxes. Okay, that's possible. No mimic among the blue boxes. Possible, but it's starting to narrow it down pretty hard. There is a mimic among the black boxes. So either this one and this one are both correct, or they're both wrong. And if they're both lying, then this one would have to be true, and that would make, yep, that a mimic. But if these are both incorrect, then this one would have to be correct. Diagonal upright from me is a mimic, and that would make that incorrect as well. So that means that this and this are the mimics, and everything else is safe. No, that can't be right. Hang on, I have it backwards. If these are both wrong, that would make both of them mimics, and everything else safe. Which means that this one right above it would be false as well. So these two have to be correct. So there is a mimic among the black boxes. Diagonal down left from me isn't a mimic. That's correct. Diagonal right from me is a mimic. There are no mimic among the blue boxes. So either this one is a mimic or this one is a mimic. One of these two has to be a mimic. And if this one is true, there is no mimic among the blue boxes, then the bottom left one diagonal up left from me is a mimic, and that makes ooh, it could go either way. So if we say there's no mimic among the red boxes, we take that as true, then that means the bottom left one is a mimic. The bottom right one, or the middle one, is safe. And the bottom top right one would be a mimic as well. Conversely, if we take the bottom left one, diagonal up left is a... Oh wait, that's up left, not up right. So that's definitely false. Never mind. Forget anything I said. No mimic among the blue boxes. That's false. We've already found the mimic among the blue boxes. And that's correct, and that's correct. Jesus, I overthought it and almost fucking killed myself on that. Cookie. I need to restore gut real quick. Okay. That takes care of that. That puzzle took longer than it should have. Cool. Done and done. Hooray! What's this? This looks like an item on the floor. Why can't I pick it up? So you attack candy and shot, make sure to buy it first. Raising your attack and defense is like shortcut to clearing dungeons. HP healed by 30. Cool. Thanks. Thanks, homie. this door? Food? That'll restore our gut completely, which is really what I was after. 1669. Nice, 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 nice. Let's actually buy some attack candy. Let's buy a lot of them. Actually, just sell all unequipped character. And then we got a bunch of money back. Cool. Alright, now, onward we go. 2 mimics? Yep, okay. Diagonal down left isn't a mimic, that's the black one on the far left. Bottom row contains no mimics, okay. Mimic on red boxes, there is no mimic among blue boxes. Possible. Either these two are both correct, or they're both wrong. If they're both wrong, that would make this one wrong as well, so it's not possible. So the bottom row contains no mimics is correct. Which means this one is also correct. Bottom row contains no mimics, these two are safe, which means these two are both the mimics. Diagonal down right for me is mimic, that's incorrect. Diagonal down left for me isn't mimic, that is also incorrect. Perfect. Easy peasy. So the boxes, mimic among the red boxes, mimic among the blue boxes, mimic among the black boxes. Well, some of those are correct at least. Top row has at least one mimic. Possible. Diagonal up left for me isn't a mimic. Mimic among the blue boxes. Bottom row contains no mimics. So, we have two that say among the blue boxes. Either they're both correct, in which case the center is a mimic, or they're both incorrect, and we can work from there. If they're both incorrect, diagonal up left for me isn't a mimic would also be incorrect, so these both have to be correct. So there's a mimic among the blue boxes. This is the only remaining blue box that's not marked, so that in one is it, for sure a mimic. Top row has at least one mimic as false, which means this is not a mimic. It means there's not a mimic among the red boxes, which means the other red box is safe. There is a mimic among the black boxes. Wait. No, hang on. This one has to be safe. If there's a mimic among the red boxes, that means this is the only other red box, which means this one actually has to be bad. Diagonal up left for me isn't a mimic, bottom row contains no mimic, that's all true. Okay. Nice, we got a barbecue meat. Hell yeah. Who are you? Weapon durability. Absolutely get that. Nice. Stores 99.99 gut. That's crazy. Sell unequipped gear. Buy the rice ball. Sure, buy the cure. And then get the hell out of here. Top row contains no mimics. Diagonal down right from me is not a mimic. Diagonal up left from me isn't a mimic. It's possible these two both check each other out. Either they're both true or they're both false. If they're both false, then the center one would be, yeah, these two both have to be true. Diagonal down right for me is a mimic, diagonal up left for me isn't a mimic. So these two are both correct. Either the top row really does contain no mimics and this one is true, or the top row does contain a mimic and this one is false. Could cut either way. No mimics among the blue box. So either this one is correct now, or this one is correct now. Same thing with that top center one, or top left one. Box on the left is a mimic. Diagonal up left from me is a mimic. Top press. So it should be... This one is a mimic. Which means there would be a mimic among the blue boxes as well, which would be this one. I need to mark them correctly. Box on the left as mimic is a true. Diagonal up left from me as a mimic is true. These two work together, so either they're both right or they're both wrong. If they're both wrong, then this one would have to be correct, and this one would have to be correct, and that's impossible. So these two both have to be correct, which means this box is for sure a mimic. And he says there's no mimic among the blue boxes, which means there has to be a mimic among the blue boxes, which means the bottom right has to be a mimic as well. And that is true. Perfect. We have a hurt everything magic. Or do we just deal enough damage to... No, we don't. I was hoping the girl was going to cast her magic in there, but alas, no luck. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. Two mimics are hiding in a blue boxes. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. One mimic is hiding in a red box. One mimic is hiding in a blue box. 0 mimics are hiding in blue boxes. If I'm reading this correctly, you're correct, you're false. Because for there to be no mimics hiding in the blue boxes, all of the blue boxes would have to be true, and it's not possible for all of the blue boxes to be true, and there to be no mimics in the blue boxes. So that bottom right red one has to be false, which means the black box is also correct in that there's a mimic hiding in a red box. That's true. So that means this one is the other fake one. Everything else is correct. Okay, makes sense so far. Oh, let's go, Poggers. Perfectly timed Nessa attack. Super attack candy increases attack by 2. That would have been helpful a second ago. Diagonal down right from me isn't a mimic, which is the center one. Box on the right is a mimic. Box on the left is a mimic. So one of these two is a mimic. And if this one is a mimic, then the red one at the top is also a mimic. Which would make this a false statement, which would make it a mimic, so this one has to be safe, which means this one has to be a mimic. Which means this one is also true. Bottom row has at least one mimic, there's no mimic among the red boxes. That's true. So the bottom row is at least one mimic. One mimic hiding in a black box. Diagonal for me isn't a mimic. That one's safe. That one's a mimic. Perfect. Easy peasy. Equip best. Not holding any candy. Who are you people? These are treasures. Good job. You have been 65 treasures so far. More than 59 treasures. I'll give you 5 attack candies as a reward. Hell yeah, dude. Let's fucking gobble that shit up. Scratch lottery ticket. I can't say no to gambling. Star, blank, blank. Christians, you got the third prize. You got 300 gold. All right. Well, only one try at the lottery. You know what? We came out ahead, so good enough for me. Let's get more attack candies. Gobble all our candy up. Sell all unequipped gear. Get some money back and then get the hell out of here. Jesus Christ. Good thing I just buffed our attack a shitload. I think we're coming out ahead on this trade. We sure are. Not by a lot, though. Let's go. We got a yellow gem. We got an amber stone. Okay, cool. 65 out of 66. Did we miss one? Did we miss a box? Oh, that's right, because we had a 50-50 at on the very first level. That's right. Because the first level it was a one of the boxes. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. New high score. Let's go. Ruby staff, hyper armor. Yeah. All right. So 20 adventure points. Nice. Big stonks. Well, hey, this was Mimic Logic. This was fun. It's a lot of just simple logic puzzle. But yeah, this has been fun so far. I'll probably come back to this at some point. Maybe not on stream if nobody watches this video, but I'll come back to this at some point. It was good. Current record. Nice. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't want to mail opening treasure box. Expert strategy 1. Yes, please. Begin the lecture. Box on the right has some gold in it. Box on the left has some gold in it. Number 5 is safe to open. There's some gold in that box means it's not a mimic. Okay. 2 mimic. Yeah, because if both of those were false, then there wouldn't be gold in the center box. Four and 6 are both lying, you know the mix and you found them already. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's no gold. That's no guarantee they're a mimic, so make sure you're careful. Okay, makes sense. Expert strategy 2. Begin lecture these left somewhere in the topmost row. Mimic among the red boxes. Start as 6 is safe to open. Yes, because either it's correct and there's a mimic among the red boxes, and 4 or 5 is a mimic, or it's not correct and there's not a mimic among the red boxes, but that's impossible because it would then make itself a mimic, and so there has to be a mimic and it has to be 4 or 5. Real treasure box wouldn't be able to tell you mimic is a red box. Yep. Open up and you'll find some gold. Top of the screen which shows treasure count. Mimic 2, gold 1, gear 1, items 2. Okay. Fuck, I didn't even notice that treasure count. That could have been super helpful to some of these puzzles. Only one box has gold in it, which means that top left box is danger. Number 6 had gold, and there's no more gold in the rest of the boxes. 1 says it's gold in the top row, which means it's false. Now you know 1 is a mimic because it's lying. Which means either 4 or 5 is death. Neat. That's stressful, but alright. Well, hey, this was Mimic Logic. This was interesting and kind of fun. Interesting take on the logic puzzles. Lots of mimicking, lots of thinking real hard about what box to open. But yeah, not bad, all told. I'll probably come back to this at some point. It was pretty fun. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe if you also enjoyed this video, like I did. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/nucleargoose23. That's where I do most of my work and where I'll probably come back to this at some point. That will be linked in the description below, along with my Discord, where you can leave suggestions for future $5 Friday games, or you can tell me in the comments below, and that works too. But meantime, appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you all with the next one. Take care, everybody.